Welcome back, Desmo Resto, next episode. So in this episode, we will recap projects as they currently stand that you would have seen in previous episodes. Introduce one, maybe two more projects as well, and let you know what we've got planned for 2026. Let's go. Right guys, let's get into it. Follow me into the garage and let's catch up on these projects. So, welcome back to the channel. Not going to apologise for not putting anything up. It's been a while, there's been reasons, but we're back and we'll be getting on with some stuff. So in this episode, let's catch up on a few of our projects. So, where should we start? Let's start 748 SP. Okay, so we've not done a huge amount to this. It's still sat. We're still needing to rebuild the engine, which is here. So the next job is to take the bearings out and get the cases painted. So not much has happened on the 748, and that's probably bottom of the pile. Next, the 750 Monster. If we have a look down here, so she's 99% done. I do think I need to do a proper carb rebuild with a proper carb rebuild kit, which is about £100 rather than the kind of £12.99 jobs you get off of eBay. So that needs another carb rebuild, which would be the third one, and then really she's pretty well done. So it'd be great to get that one up and done. Previous video we talked about this 900 Monster, and we've got something lined up for February, which we'll talk about in a little bit, which could be quite good fun or an absolute nightmare. Tucked behind it is our dear old little ST4, 16,000 miles, 4 owners, and again that's probably pretty much bottom of the pile as to what projects get done next. What I'm currently lent on is something I picked up August 2024, and we've been sat on it for a while. It's 2001 ST4S, so it's got the 996 engine. Came to me, I think I'm the second owner, so super low mile, well, low miles of 20,000-ish, reasonable miles. Second owner, came to me needing a starter clutch, and hadn't been on the road for not too long. Wasn't a proper barn find, but needed a starter clutch. So we changed out the starter clutch, popped a new starter in it. We've changed out the coolant hoses. We've uprated the starter motor. We've done a full Desmo service on it. Cleaned up a lot of it. I'll post some pictures of how it looked when it first arrived. Look at that. Oh. Don't get distracted by having to clean all that gunk. Blah. Gopping. New battery, new clutch has gone in. Yeah, full Desmo service, lots of bits, and it's got an MOT, so we took it for an MOT, passed its MOT, but we were taking it for a couple of shakedown test rides and it broke down twice. So what I think we've got, well, we've got a charging problem. So what I think has happened is there always was a charging problem. That then led to the previous owner constantly trying to start it, which has caused the starter clutch, the Sprag clutch, to pack up basically. So now that we've replaced that, it starts fine, but it won't hold a charge. So it's not charging the battery. So we've got to figure out whether that's a rectifier, whether it's a stator. It'll be really annoying if it's a stator, because that's got to come off again, and it's already been off once, obviously, when we did the Sprag clutch. But that's where we're at with that. So we are at the stage now to get the old multimeter out and start diagnosing the charging fault. So that's one of our latest projects, and she's nearly ready. So it's either going to be a rectifier or it's going to be a stator. I'm hoping it's not some other drain due to an alarm or something. So that's one project. Other projects we've got, December 24, we picked up basically 2 basket cases. You see up here, we've got that gold bronzy frame. That's a 748 BP, an NREG 748 BP, but it is a Cat D, so it's got an insurance claim against it for an accident. But the frame is in great condition. So there was that project, and wrapped up next to it is the frame of a 98 996 BP. Now, it's a very, very early 98 996. So they really only came out sort of 99, but it's a very, very early 1998. Painted really nicely in black. The wheels are all painted the same, the subframe's the same. So that 9,000 mile bike, the engine is actually behind you. Okay, so there's the engine. It rotates, it moves, so it's not seized, but that's the state of the engine. But that will be probably the next project. So we'll finish the ST4, we'll jump onto the 900 Monster, then we'll deal with that 996, and that should be an interesting project. I might go back to being kind of a full stealth bike on that one. The 748 BP, at the moment, I sold off a bunch of parts to a mate of mine, so that's really just an empty frame. We might look to build that up as a track bike. You know, a Cat D 748 is not going to be worth much. We might throw any spare bits we've got on that and slowly over the period of time build up a track bike. And those are our current projects. ST4S will get done, then the Monster, then the yellow Monster, and then we'll get onto a 996 build. So lots going on. But let's also talk now about what we've got planned for the 21st and 22nd of February this year. And that is what I'm going to call a Rapid Resto of the 900 Monster. So lots of procrastination around bikes. You know, these things have been hanging around too long. So what I'm going to do, dedicate 24 hours, so 2 12-hour days, and I'm going to see exactly how far I can get that 900 Monster from its current state, where I think I've thrown a different rear wheel on just because it had a tyre previously that wouldn't take any air. So I've just thrown a wheel on with a tyre so I can move it around. I think I've stuck a different front mudguard on just to keep it out of the way, and that's about all I've done with it. So within that weekend, from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening for 2 days, I'm going to see how far I can get this. Aim number 1, get it running. Aim number 2, might be a stretch, see if we can get it roadworthy and ready for an MOT. And what I'm going to do is open it up to people that I know, people on Instagram, people on here, kind of open up the garage doors. If anybody wants to come and help me throw some spanners at this bike, we've only got so much space. Obviously I'll clear some of these bikes out, but if a couple of you want to come and help, get involved with some cleaning, with some spannering, with some tightening up of this bike, of making tea or filming, then DM me. We'll have a chat, because obviously you're coming to my house, so we're not going to be letting a bunch of randoms in. But we'll have a chat. We're near Bristol in the UK. So if you fancy on the 21st, 22nd of February, coming down and giving us a hand to see if we can get this one roadworthy, get it running, be great to have you. I'll obviously supply all the parts. We've got a bunch of tools. All you got to do is just come down. If you want to come down for an hour, come down for 2 hours, come down for the day, feel free. But just hit me up in the DMs and we'll have a chat beforehand. So that's kind of quite exciting. And if that goes well over that 24-hour rapid resto of this one, then I'll see if we can do something similar. Might need a little bit more time on the 996 build. So that'll be a different beast altogether. It might be, in order to facilitate that rapid resto on this one, that we rob some parts off the ST4 behind it. This is going to need forks. The forks are a bit pitted. They'll probably need fork seals to save time. The ST4 front forks do fit the 900 Monster. It will need then also the front wheel and the front wheel spindle and the speedo drive, so the whole front end of the ST4 could get thrown onto that Monster to expedite things. But I also think that might look quite nice, because the front forks on that ST4 are black, so it could be quite cool for that one. And we can stick the orange wheels on. But yeah, that's where we're at. Project's underway, bike's nearly finished. Aims for this year: ST4 finished and sold, Black Monster running roadworthy and sold, 996, get that built up and gone. Yellow Monster roadworthy, maybe sold, maybe kept. I'd like to keep one of the Monsters, either the black one or the yellow one. We'll wait and see. And then, yeah, probably the ST4 and the 748 are going to have to wait for a bit longer. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next episode when we get cracking. Let's go.